Good morning, Mets fans, and happy Sunday. That's correct. It is a very rare Sunday edition of Driving with Mr. Met. I am Mr. Met, and because of last night's heroic win and come from behind victory, I felt the need to record a video today and talk about what this team is doing to me for 2017. Wilmer Flores was the hero of last night's game. And, you know, it was as improbable a comeback as I think we could possibly expect from this team, because it just seemed as though every time, and there have been a few comebacks this year, but it seems as though every time the offense starts to claw back into the game, the bullpen does its worst to, pin the team back and give up whatever lead the offense scratched away at, or, closed the gap on or whatever. Last night was different. The night before was a little different too, with the look of the bullpen and the use of the bullpen. The starting pitching has been less than stellar these last two games. Steven Matz and Zach Wheeler both struggled to get through 5 innings. But at the end of the day, the offense bailed them out. And, that's what happens. That's what needs to happen, rather, for a team in the Mets position to make something of the rest of this season. And so that's kind of where I wanted to wind up today, and talk about what's going to happen the rest of the season. Does the fact that the Mets have won 4 straight games change anything about being sellers? No. Honestly, no, and it shouldn't. I think that in the next 10 days, both Lucas Duda and Asdrubal Cabrera will be wearing different uniforms. And in their place, I think we'll see Rosario and Smith. At least I hope. That doesn't mean that the Mets are giving up on the season. In fact, they might even trade additional pieces. It doesn't mean that the Mets are giving up on the season. There was an interesting thought about trading Addison Reed and what that does to the back end of the bullpen, and effectively cripples the team further than it's been crippled so far this season. Not having a closer who, despite a few hiccups early on in the season, Addison Reed's been really, really good this year. Not having him at the end of the game would be effectively suicide for this team if they want to compete. And I can't really argue that, because there's no clear-cut and obvious replacement for Rito on the roster right now. But if we get a little bit creative, perhaps there is someone on the roster who could fill the blank position in the back end of the bullpen as the closer. And I'm thinking of Matt Harvey. I don't know why. I don't know what kind of makes me think about Harvey in this role. Perhaps it's this. Harvey has that bulldog mentality that a closer needs. Harvey has been very good in his first time through the order so far this season. It wasn't until the second and third time through the order that he started to get lit up and have that ERA jump up. And I think the most obvious reason is that he needs to rebuild his own value, and he needs to do so as quickly as possible. And what opportunity would there be for him to show that he's a capable pitcher in the major leagues than to do so every day or on a regular basis as a closer? It also limits his innings. So, it might not be completely crazy to put a guy like Harvey in the closer role. There was also some discussion about looking at Syndergaard in that role. I don't like it, and not because he doesn't have the stuff to do it. Obviously when he came out of the bullpen in Game 5 of the NLDS in Los Angeles, he proved to all of us that he certainly has what it takes. He has that bulldog mentality, but he also still clearly has, ace potential as a starting pitcher. There's no reason to pull him out of the rotation. He's not struggling to find success there. Mr. Harvey is. And that's where I think having this opportunity go to Matt Harvey, and again, all of this is predicated upon moving Addison Reed, but having that go back to Harvey and having him be responsible for a big role in the back end of this team's rotation and team's bullpen, I think it would be a good move for Matt. What do you guys think? Is it something that you'd consider? Am I nuts? I mean, the answer to that is obviously yes, because just a week ago I was on the sale train, and now I'm ready to win the second wild card. So yes, I am obviously crazy, but am I crazy about this Harvey theory? Let me know. Hit me up on Twitter at Mr_Met. I thank you for watching the video, and hopefully before I post this, it will be before game time. If it's not and we are playing as I post it, it doesn't matter, because I'm still going to say, let's go Mets.